Hello, everybody. Welcome to OSA Con one more time. And in this talk, Brian Leonard from Grouparoo. Is it the right pronunciation? Grouparoo?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Like a kangaroo, but
yes,
for
I
groups.
kind of guessed, right? He will tell us how you can integrate 10 times easier your customer data with your platform. So, Brian, go
Great.
ahead.
Thanks, Alexander. Awesome. So we've got a pretty small group here, certainly within realm of asking questions and raising hands and anything else. If you have anything to talk about, super happy to spend. Be a quick talk. And thank you for joining me. I'm Brian. I'm the co-founder of Grouparoo. Grouparoo is about integrating your warehouse. You've invested all of this time, energy, people in making your warehouse great and creating great analytics and insights and reports and BI on top of that probably. But then the question becomes sometimes, what's next? If you were just in Max's talk about trends, he mentioned Grouparoo and reverse ETL. I'm here to follow through on that concept now. I'm presenting today on this notion that I came up after talking with lots of people about. It's the hierarchy of needs. I don't know how many psychology majors we have in the audience, but there's this notion of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is around like you need the very base of everything. You need food, water, and shelter. And so in the data world, this is about the database that you have. Lots of proponents of ClickHouse and others here today, for example. And so, 10 more years ago, we started getting stuff into this stored, particularly with columnar storage, having really great capabilities there where we can put more and more data and query it efficiently. On top of that, another trend is around extracting and loading data into that warehouse. And so we see ELT on the rise. We see filling that database up with stuff from your production situation and many other SaaS tools and loading it into that warehouse so you can use that raw data in a way that works for your business. We do that through transformation. In Maslow's, this is love and belonging, which I like. So we're transforming this data into something we love to use that belongs to our business. And so that's in a form that adds value. And then on top of that, we can report on what we're seeing, hopefully causing good self-esteem. We can analyze that data with all the BI tools and use that to inform the decisions. Now, there's one more spot on this pyramid, and it's the pinnacle of this whole situation. And like every presenter presenting a tool, obviously, we're on the top of this pyramid. But what that means is, how can we operationalize this data, put those insights and analysis and everything we've learned automatically in place to drive the business forward so we can make all the teams and all the consumers of our data not just reading the spreadsheets and the BI tool, but in the tools that they're actually using, like Salesforce or Marketo or Zendesk or something like that. What that is about is what we're calling the modern data stack. So here's where we got to with the right, not quite the top yet, but all of the reporting and everything's going pretty well. And then what we see is we have people coming to us and say, okay, great. Everyone's super happy about your dashboard. But if you're in the analytics space, you know that they're never fully happy. All kinds of changes and nuances and more power that they want that they may or may not ever use. And two, great, but how can I get this in my real tool? In this case, the marketing team is asking for Marketo. And we call that reverse ETL, where we then sync from the data warehouse into the tools that we're using. How that looks in Grouparoo is, how's this going to work? How about this? Come on. How that looks in Grouparoo, slide, escape. How that looks in Grouparoo, in the end, basically you map your data. What we want to sync, we've defined all of these, this user's model, which has some of the obvious things. And so basically we want to sync everybody over into the tool of our choice, Mailchimp in this case, but it can also be Salesforce, Marketo, Zendesk, Intercom, HubSpot, many, many possible things. And we map our data into that situation. And so we say, all right, we're going to map our first name and our last name, maybe our lifetime value, all of these things we've calculated from the source of truth into our data warehouse. We can also tag them based on some segmentations. The group in Grouparoo is around doing these segmentations. We save that. And then our dashboard here will fill up from, nobody in it in Mailchimp into 1,000 people in Mailchimp. And then from that moment on, anybody that changes their first name, changes their email, gets a new lifetime value, which maybe tags them as something high value, will then update your operational tool automatically. And yeah, in the end, that's how it works. This will start filling up presently. Here we go. And that's filling up. Super quick talk. Super happy to take any questions. One exciting thing for the ClickHouse people in the audience and our gracious hosts is that we're getting a lot of momentum from people asking for a ClickHouse. So we're adding ClickHouse as a source to Grouparoo. Presently, it should be out this month.
So thank you, Brian. I have a question. So it looks like you're building a closed loop, right?
Yeah, we're closing the loop.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Great. That's
so,
great.
we see this extracting and loading, people that opened your mail in from your marketing tools, or people that signed up for a white paper in Marketo or something like that. They downloaded it. That gets loaded into the warehouse, which then can get combined with what they're doing in your product, B2B, especially product-led growth kind of things. Like, okay, they made a ticket over here. They downloaded the white paper over here. They've done 6 actions, like, I don't know, they've added 3 projects to whatever tool we have. We can combine all of that in the warehouse, report on it, but now feed it back into that tool to better qualify your sales lead or to better personalize the message in your marketing.
And for developers who might want to use it, what is the biggest challenge? Is it ETL process, or is it a sync process, or something in between? So how the ordinary human being can start using this for his product, whatever.
For sure. Yeah, the common way this is being solved now is like CSVs and exports, sometimes cron jobs. In general, this automates that whole infrastructure. There's 2 ways to get started. One would be at grouparoo.com. And we've got the 2 ways here. One of them, you can host it yourself. Super popular, particularly in compliance-based industries and such. You can also host it for free on our cloud. We'll get you started there. The users of it are 2 different ways. In both cases, they are engineers, and all of this is checked into Git, kind of like dbt. Like, you come up with your configuration and then you deploy it. We also have a way with point and click, like I just did. I kind of demoed we have a lot of engineers that point and check in their Git configuration of the primary data definition, but then allow the marketers to handle this last leg of the journey via, point and click, no code kind of story.
Great. And this is all open source, I suppose, right?
That's right. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thanks again for your time and very short but interesting talk. There are not too many demos on demos today. It's more like a theory and some imagination, but it's great to see it, to see the demo. Thank you.
No, it's you know, theories are great. At some point, we gotta get to work, right?
Absolutely, yeah.